Harambee! Neno hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from, the county or the country. In case you are out of the republic, please let me know in the comment section. Ladies and gentlemen, William Ruto today embarked on a 4-day tour of Ukambani region.
Sasa kila mtu ajipange na kazi yake bwana. Kama kazi yako ni kumangamanga tu kasongo sijui one time sijui must go, mambo itakuchomekea na usiniseme sikuwaambia, mtakwama mapema. Si unajua niliwaambia hawa watu zamani wawache seminar na wawache mkutano, wakuja waeleze wananchi mambo yao. Si walichelewa, si ni wanyorosha. Sasa hii sijui ama namna gani? Makwiny hoye! Makwiny hoye! Lakini sikizeni, safari hii nimesema hii Ukambani, kwa mapenzi ya Mungu, kwa vyovyote hii Ukambani haiwezi kukaa upinzani tena. Mimi na hama na nyinyi tunaenda kwa serikali. Mwenye anataka kukaa upinzani shauri yake. Ama namna gani? Wangapi wanakubaliana na mimi watu wa Ukambani tutembee pamoja? Harambee!
I followed the trip today, and William Ruto is clearly a man on a mission, and Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka should be our red man.
Wacha nitoboe kitu, niseme nisiseme. Niseme nisiseme. Kuna watu wengine wana mpango wao. Kwa Kiingereza inaitwa political poverty strategy. Hiyo strategy inasema ya kwamba waeke watu wakiwa maskini ndio kuone wewe ndio kiongozi ambaye utawaokoa kama wewe ni mkombozi. Kwa hivyo watu wanakaa na umaskini mpaka mwisho ndio wewe endelee kupanda. Kwa Kikamba hiyo strategy inaitwa vomwe na vayetwa. Sasa wewe rais wetu umekuja ukasema vololoe. Na sisi tunasema tumechoka na vomwe na vayetwa, tienda maendeleo. Alama kwa maendeleo kulimo konone.
And I asked myself one main question. How did William Ruto manage to attract that kind of crowd, considering the fact that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is currently running for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya, and his chances of becoming the next president are very high. Yet the Ukambani people still found time to go and listen and receive William Samoei Arap Ruto.
Alafu the only thing Mheshimiwa Rais utasikia ukikuja Ukambani, utasikia wakisema tu asi, kwa sababu umewapatia hizo vitu zote. Ukitumalizia mambo ya maji na hii barabara into class B, I can tell you ukimalizia hii hiyo maneno itakuwa sawa. So
ile Junior amesema ya mambo ya hapa, mambo ingine Mtuse amesema hiyo mambo yote. Unajua huyu Junior ni kiongozi mzuri, lakini kuna watu wanamtishia ya kwamba akifanya kazi na Ruto ati atawafanya maneno. Lakini mimi nataka niwaulize, huyu Junior anahitaji ruhusa yoyote kufanya kazi na rais wa Kenya? Anahitaji ruhusa yoyote? Si ile maneno yote amesema hapa nitumie kwa SMS. Ako na simu yangu by the way. Si anitumie tu mimi nifanye hiyo kazi, badala ya kuuliza ruhusa watu wengine? Ama namna gani? Tuendelee ama siendelee? Tufanye kazi kabisa. Sisi tumeajiriwa na wananchi, hatuna ruhusa ya mtu kutuambia ya kwamba mtafanya au mtafanya. Wacha nimalizie kwa hawa viongozi. Sasa hawa viongozi wewe MCA. Nasikia ngoja kwanza. Niko na waziri wangu kanisa, mimi nitasema maneno ya kanisa.
In this video, I want us to dissect William Ruto's tour of Ukambani region. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. because without their support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, two things are very clear. That William Ruto will be on the ballot in 2027 as a presidential candidate. The second thing, which is also very clear, is that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka will be on the ballot for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya in 2027. Whether the united opposition will support Kalonzo or endorse him or not, Kalonzo will be on the ballot. So which means in 2027, assuming the two guys, both of them will be on the ballot, and Kalonzo is fronted by the united opposition, then we are likely to see Kalonzo facing off with William Samoei Arap Ruto. So today William Ruto was in Ukambani, and I looked at the people who received William Ruto, and I listened to their speeches. Ladies and gentlemen, the first thing which William Ruto wants to achieve there is that Ruto is working on a Rerun politics. The truth of the matter is that even last election, I'm 100% sure William Ruto did not achieve the 50% plus one vote. Wafula Chebukati had to play some monkey games to achieve that. 2027 is even going to be worse. None of the presidential candidates, based on my own assessment, will be able to achieve the 50% plus one vote. Which means the elections will be determined at the Rerun. That is why Ruto is focusing on Ukambani. Because Ruto believes that in the first round, either Ruto will be number one, someone can be number two. If, for example, Rigathi were to be on the ballot, based on numbers alone, Rigathi would be number two. If, for example, Matiangi were to get support from the mountain, the truth is, he will be number two. Kalonzo might be number three. But if Kalonzo is supported fully by Rigathi, that will change the equation. He will be number two or number one. But none of them in the first round will get 50% plus one. So Ruto is hoping that Kalonzo will be number three. Then he can now go to Ukambani, having softened the ground the way he has done, having his team around there. Then he can ask the Ukambani people to support his bid to win the Rerun. So Ruto is looking ahead, if you are to ask me. Number two, William Ruto is in Ukambani region for what I call perceptional politics. I've always explained to you guys here that politics is a perceptional game. What we see is what we perceive. Today you came across videos and photos from Ukambani. What did you conclude? That William Ruto has support in Ukambani. Why is that perception important? Why is Ruto creating that perception that in Ukambani, despite the fact that Kalonzo is a presidential candidate, they still love him? He's doing that, in my view, for rigging. You see, if you rig, like that lady from Tanzania did, then you must use your common sense. You don't just do it. Ruto is creating the perception that he has people in Ukambani. So if elections were to be held, then he will get, let's say, 20% of Ukambani. That would be good for him. So IBC will play around, they'll agree, oh, Kalonzo is the kingpin here, but giving William Ruto 20% is not a bad idea. That is how elections are rigged. You make the other guys believe that you have support there. So that if those 20% will be announced, nobody will doubt. Number 3, and this is the most important thing, we should actually worry Kalonzo and Rigathi. Ruto is test running his campaign machine. The first question you should ask yourself, how did he manage to attract those huge crowds? Is it possible that William Ruto has created a grassroots network in Ukambani which can just be activated anytime and then they'll show up? He did that in Nyanza in the last election. For example, in Homa Bay alone, William Ruto had people registered UDA leaders, 17,000. But only 3,000 voted for him. But anytime he wanted these 17,000 people to show up, they would show up in rallies. They would show up in stadium. He is actually testing that huge network down there. Number 4 is about visibility. Ruto wants to keep visibility across the nation. And lastly, I don't even Ruto believes that he can win Ukambani. But he's in Ukambani specifically to get specific percentage. Maybe William Ruto is thinking of getting 25% from the 3-Kamba nation. That would be good for him. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.